welcome to this overview here of why we are different. My name is Daniel Norell and I'm originally from Sweden. I've been with Nu Skin for 11 years. My background is in the banking industry and I love to research things and so on. And so for the past 11 years, being in this industry, I have always looked at what other companies are doing. I've always followed other leaders and I just have a keen interest in this industry to see where it's going and yeah, it's just interesting for me. So just understand that what I'm about to say here is my personal opinion based on these 11 years of experience and just all the research that I do all the time. And I will not put down any other companies. I don't believe in that at all. I believe that this is an awesome industry and I wish the best for all companies as long as you are ethical in this industry, as long as you like to help people, so on. So just before I go into discussing a little bit why our company is different, I just want to understand, why are you really watching this? Why did you join this industry in the first place? Did you do it to just make a quick buck, or is it for the long-term wealth, right? Is it for the freedom, or do you just looking to build something very quickly here? I want you to understand that this information is for you to have because you're going to have a lot of people that enter your business and that will be looking at other companies. And you will also be approached by many other leaders from other companies all the time. And so it's important just to understand, what do we have on offer with Nu Skin and why. I personally believe that this is the best opportunity. I get approached probably, I would say, 2 to 3 times every single week. And I've been done. That's been done for about the last 10 years of my life, and so I have looked at a lot of different things. I have looked at a lot of business opportunity presentations and looked at a lot of compensation plans and really studied the industry just to see, And my conclusion is always I am with the best company for me, right? Based on my values, based on wanting to build long-term wealth, long-term passive income, wanting to be with a company that's very transparent, that have incredible integrity from its founders and management today, right? So always think about that if your goals and your reasons for joining the business match up with what we're doing, right? So let's have a quick look at the direct selling industry. These are the the 11th largest company last year in 2015 was actually Nu Skin. So the 10 companies bigger than Nu Skin in terms of more sales, more revenue, are these ones right here. But I'm going to narrow this down. I'm going to take out all the ones that are only based out of China or that are more direct selling. What I mean by that is that it's not really a network marketing company. It's very difficult to make large incomes with those companies because it's not really a multi-level marketing. It's more direct selling. And we're going to narrow it down to just the Amway, Herbalife, Forever Living, and Nu Skin. And I have so much respect for these 3 companies right here. They are incredible companies, incredible products. I'm sure I haven't tried actually any of their products, but I'm sure they're amazing. That's why they do so well, right? The one thing though, when I compare to these 3 large network marketing companies, is that we have a very similar compensation plan, except for one important part. And that is that all these 3 are mainly 3-generation breakaways, meaning that within our company, Ruby makes up to 3 generations deep, right? And today, if I look at my income, it is actually starting to look at you make more money on your 6th generation than you do on your first 5 levels combined. And if you mature an organization, you will make more money in your 4th generation than your first 3 generations combined. So in order to make big money with some of these other companies, you have to be an incredible recruiter and have many, many, many legs. And that's why, from what we've seen with all the average incomes and so on, is that they do not have any kind of similarity to Nu Skin because we pay on that 4th, 5th, and 6th generation when you build up to Emerald Diamond and Blue Diamond. Now, just a little bit more information about the industry. Since 1950, about 70,000 companies have started. However, during any time, about 2,000 are in existence, meaning that 97% of companies in our industry do not make it. So if you are ever approached or any of your downline is approached by a company that's been in existence for less than 5 years, that company probably only has about a 3% chance of making it long term, right? And so my suggestion is to never touch ever anything less than 5 years old right away. Obviously here it's for those people that are looking at something. Now, how would you like to sponsor in your family, your best friends, and so on into a company that's going to go bankrupt in 2-3 years? What would that do to your credibility? Also, another thing to understand is that even if a company starts doing really well in its first 5 years, the compensation plan never really sees full maturity until about year 5, 6, or 7. That's when the company has actually had enough sales, there's been enough bonuses paid out and so on, to see if what they actually created in the first place is actually going to work long term. And the company then has two options if that doesn't match up, and that is to either change the compensation plan or go bankrupt. And we've seen both of those happen, right? And a few years ago, my brother and I actually met some leaders from Company U, and they were with an incredibly great company, still around today, but they were big, big leaders, and that company made a compensation plan change. I think this was like maybe in the 13th, 14th year of that company's existence, and their paycheck was very, very high, but it was halved because of the changes that company made. And they were very unhappy with that, and that's why they actually left that company and went somewhere else. Another one is actually a very recent one with Company F, where they have changed their compensation plan. Even though they've been in business for a very, very long time, they've recently changed their compensation plan to make it twice as difficult for somebody to become an executive. And that, of course, makes a lot of their leaders want to look elsewhere when that company doesn't stay true to what people really signed up for in the first place, right? So let's have a look a little bit at Nu Skin and why we feel that it's so different. First of all, it's got an incredible track record, right? I mean, you're putting your reputation on the line here with the people that you're introducing and forever, right? So do you want to put all that hard effort and so on into something that maybe is going to grow, maybe is going to get bigger, right? But a very small chance. I just said that 97% of companies will fail, right? Or do you want to put your effort into something that is proven, that has been long-term, that's shown an incredible track record, right? Also, when you are looking at any, or your organization is looking at any other company, ask them to be very honest with themselves and say, are those products better than what we offer at Nu Skin, right? I would assume most of the time it is absolutely a straight no. Like there's no way they can even compete with the products that we have, right? Like for example, if they sell supplements, can they prove that their supplements are working? What we keep seeing is that about 95 to 97% of supplements on the market don't even increase their antioxidant levels on our biophotonic scanner. Also, and that scanner is so valuable for long-term subscription customers, right? If they do skincare, do they have patented devices like the Galvanic Spa, like the Body Spa, like our new device that's coming out next year? Super excited about that, right? Also, I believe that the ageLOC Me is going to be revolutionary long term. They are going to keep on improving the ingredients in those cartridges, and when you get somebody that buys an ageLOC Me and are happy with it, they are going to be a customer for life. Just like we've seen with all these coffee machines and so on, right? And that's the future of skincare. It's going to be personalized. It's going to be that they can change it throughout the year as the weather changes, and it's going to be and so if you can get those customers onto those machines, you will then create an unbelievable subscription business, right? Also, is there a company out there that have more scientists and more specialties than what we have? I would love to see that. If any of your people find any of those companies, then show me that, right? Another huge part that's very important is that, is the company private or public? We have heard some crazy hype stories with these companies saying that they've done this, this, and this, but they can't prove it, or they won't prove it because they're a private company, so they don't have to show everything. What I love with Nu Skin is that it is public. They have to show where every cent goes. They have to show exactly what the revenues are. They have to publish the average earnings every single year and so on, right? Something to always look into. And then another part is, are they part of the Direct Selling Association, right? Where they follow the ethics of our industry. If they're not part of the Direct Selling Association, why is that? Why do they not want to be part of the Direct Selling Association, right? So it's a wonderful organization that where distributors that are part of that adhere to the rules, where you don't go and steal people and so on like that, right? And so that's another thing to always look into. Okay. From what I've seen now over the last 2 years of having an organization that has just completely exploded, right? I had a fairly decent organization before that, but the last 2 years it's just completely exploded. And one of the reasons is that we have a completely free opportunity. It is completely free to join. People then start to retail products right away and make money in their first order, right? Is the opportunity you're looking at completely free, right? Also, is that opportunity, do they focus a lot on retailing products? Do they have real customers? I know a lot of companies, all they focus on are distributors, meaning that the only people that are interested in the actual product are people that can benefit from getting paid from it, right? And that to me is not going to be a long-term sustainable business if you don't have real customers, people that are willing to pay that customer price to get that product over and over again, whether they're with the company or not, right? That's so important. Another thing is innovation. Are they investing a lot into research and development? And are they going to bring out products over and over and over again? And this is what I've seen over these last 11 years is that some companies have brought a lot of energy and they've really grown very, very fast, but they don't have the money or the resources to put into research and development, and they never bring out any new products, which means that older distributors get very bored with the same product line, right? There's nothing new to promote. So that's another thing, is there any innovation, right? And then what does the company promise a lot of stuff and never deliver? What I love working with the management over the last sort of year here, very closely with them, is that if there's something I ask for and they cannot deliver, they tell me that. They say, look, we're going to do our best to do this, but we cannot guarantee you anything. And they're very honest with me that way. They don't make silly promises that they can't keep. And I know there's a company, L, that's been doing really well in the UK lately. And what we've seen there is that they're making all these promises and they're not delivering on any of them. And so that's not a good sign either, right? They're just over-promising everything and bringing a lot of hype, but then no substance, right? So always be aware of that as well. And just I was talking about here, the hype, okay? Another thing to always look into is, have the leaders in the company been bought? There's been many companies over the last few years what I've seen that have grown very fast because the leaders have been bought, meaning that they're actually paid to come on over and build the business there. And of course, there's no way for you to always know that or check on that. But sometimes it's quite obvious, right? And if there are any rumors about that, they're probably fairly true, right? And this is why I see a lot of companies in the UK, they have this huge success. They're usually a company that comes in and they grow very, very, very fast. And then also they disappear very fast. And I've seen about 4 or 5 companies do that over the last 5-6 years. And it's really sad when that company just kind of collapses. And all those distributors that were, in a way, first of all, sold the dream themselves and then selling that dream to other people, obviously lose all their credibility. I have a guy who's doing incredibly well with the company. Unfortunately, that company wasn't doing well enough and they got bought by another company and all the commissions were cut in half because that new company had a different pay plan. And he's then jumped across to many other companies. And now I feel like he's lost all his credibility because he's been with 6, 7, 8 companies in the last 8 years. And he used to make a very significant 6-figure a year income. And now I believe he has almost left the network marketing industry and is doing something with investments instead. And it's just really sad to see because it's such an amazing leader, one of the best public speakers that I've ever seen. Just because he's not partnering with the right companies and always choosing new companies all the time because he believes that you have to be with a new company in order to make any money, which, as I said before, has a 3% chance of succeeding, right? Another company that even just a few years ago, they had an event where they had 4,000 people at that event. And today they're pretty much almost non-existent in the UK as well. So it's just really sad when this stuff happens. And hopefully, what we've seen here with Nu Skin is that I've been with the company here for over 10 years in the UK, and we've consistently grown the UK market almost every single year. I'm not sure, 100% sure in the very beginning there, but over the last sort of 6-7 years, we've grown every single year. So it's great to see, and we've done so via real valid customers a lot of times, right? Okay, so another thing you always have to look at are compensation plans. So one thing that every single person will always say when they're presenting something is, our compensation plan is better than yours. It's like, okay, well, how are you going to compare that, right? So every compensation plan in our industry is going to pay out between 30 to 50%. of products sold. So if a product is sold for £10, they're going to pay between £3 to £5 to distributors, right? But I would much rather be with a company that pays me 30% than 50% if I am able to sell a lot more product at 30%, right? I would much rather get paid 30% on 1 million than 50% on 10,000. Are you with me there, right? So it's all about finding a company where you know you can move a lot of product, and then the commissions, the percentages don't really matter, because all that matters then is how much you get paid, right? So just so you know, Nu Skin pays out 45%. So £4.50 of every £10 the company pulls in sales, they pay out to distributors like you and me, okay? And another thing I wanted to just talk about very quickly here is the binary unilevel plans, because that's what a lot of the newer companies work with. They work with some kind of a hybrid binary unilevel plan. It's the most revolutionary breakthrough in the universe of network marketing, right? But let's have a little bit of a look around this. So one of the things you got to ask yourself is, in that binary unilevel plan, are you focusing on your power leg or on your pay line? So most of them, you have one leg, which is your power leg, and you have to match your pay line with your power leg in order to get paid up to that pay line, right? So in my situation, I actually have 2 fairly strong legs out of my 12. But if you take away, most people in Nu Skin, if you take away their power leg and they only get paid up to their second strongest leg, there will be very, very few people making good money, right? And another thing to think about in this situation is this. Let's say that I am working in a binary unilevel type plan, and I sponsor you into this business, and you are a beast. You are an animal. You are so good at this, right? You sponsor 4, 5, 6 people every single day, and you become my power leg, right? I'm then always looking to build my pay leg because your leg is already built, right? You're taking off like crazy. My incentive in this plan is only work with my pay line, my other leg, right? My second leg or third leg. Some of these have 3 or 4 legs, right? But my incentive is not to work with you. You're the animal, you're the beast. I should be working with you, right? That's what I love in Nu Skin. We are paid to work with our leaders. I love working with my blue diamonds and emeralds and rubies. Those are the people I love working with because they get it. They have the right attitude. They're super positive. They do their personal development, right? Those are the people I want to work with. And I'm incentivizing Nu Skin to work with my power leg. And very often in Nu Skin, when you build a Blue Diamond organization, you will have one leg that pays you 90 to 95% of your money, right? And that's not the case in these other legs right here. So just to summarize this very quickly here, you will be approached by a lot of other deals out there, and the grass is always greener on the other side. Is Nu Skin easy? No, it's not easy. But if you're looking for something easy, don't you think that if it's easy today, it's also going to disappear very easily as well, right? Like nothing good in life is really that easy, right? You've got to work for it. You've got to work hard for it. But I find that with social media and the way things are going with our organization and with Nu Skin right now, there is nothing better out there. And there's nothing that will pay you better long-term, in my opinion, right? So if you want that freedom, if that's what you're working for, I hope you know that you are in the best place with Nu Skin, and that when you get approached with all these other plans, it's great. Keep in touch with those people, keep them on your Facebook and stay in touch with them. I always get in touch with people, and almost every single person that I'm in touch with within network marketing, 6 months down the line, they are with another company. They keep on jumping and jumping and jumping, and they never have success. Okay, that's about 95% of the people. So always stay in touch with them, build good relationships with them, because one day they will want something that's long-term. They will want something where they get coached by the best people, and they can tap into all of their uplines, including their sidelines. That's what I love with our organization in the UK. We have incredible teamwork, and we all work together to make this the biggest company. I don't say the best company. We are just different. I'm not going to say we're the best company. It's the best company for me, and I'm sure it's the best company for you. But you just got to make sure that your organization understand that it's the best company for them as well. So make it an awesome day, everyone.